Welcome to another episode of Bucket List Coach Web Show Live. Yeah, guys, National I Want You to Be Happy Day, March 3rd. Hello. This is Cindy Lee over at Bucket List Coach Web Show Live. I'm also coming to you from Growing Your Business through referrals. So, a little background on me. I'm actually the ambassador with National Day Calendar. I started sharing national holidays in 2015. In 2020, I became a celebration ambassador. So, if you have a lot of social presence, definitely reach out to me. I could tell you all about how amazing this ambassador program is. And I'll tell Beverly here a little bit off camera a little bit later, but it's absolutely amazing. And in 2023, I became the founder of National Bucket List Day, which happens every April 24th. So stay tuned here in a few weeks. I'm actually going to be on Beverly's podcast as well. So, a little background on me. I'm originally from Northern California in Sacramento, California. I now live here in Anaheim, 7 minutes from Disney. It's my total bucket list. I get to hear the fireworks go off every day at 9:35 p.m.
Wow.
And I started podcasting about travel, interviewing people who have a great story. I've interviewed people who had a situation and they marked off their bucket list. There was a gal who had incurable cancer. She started thinking about her bucket list and her cancer went away. So it's all about mindset, guys. And in 2018, I started Bucket List Coach Travel and Tours. It is my travel agency located here in Southern California. And Beverly explains it all. We're going to do a big shout out to the podcasters of Facebook. That's how we met.
Yes. I stalked her down. I found you, Cindy.
Yeah, so what was that reason to build a friendship? Friends become family. Let's kind of talk about how that it just started about 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, 100%. I have a podcast, obviously, called Beverly Explains It All. Just a little bit about that. I gear to help women, specifically women 25 to 55, just unstick their stuck, start to try to discover. It's a self-discovery podcast of helping them discover their passions, stop living in that continuous loop of Groundhog's Day, because I think we all just kind of get stuck, you get stuck in that day-to-day cycle, and just starting to live with purpose and absolutely live a life that they're crazy about, obsessed with, because that's what I'm trying to do. But yeah, I was happy to find you in that Facebook group, because what better way than to live your best life than to start checking off your bucket list, right?
Yes, definitely. Well, before we go more into your story, let's go and let's talk about what today's all about.
Sweet.
So, here's some ways to observe. I want you to be happy. So, one of the things I like to do, and I talk about in my book, Growing Your Business Through Referrals, is it's so important to make people smile. So I'll compliment someone, a gentleman on his suit, lady's nails, her outfit, whatever the case may be. When I go to Costco, actually, I tell myself that I'm going to say hi or compliment to at least 50 people. Some people say hi, some people don't, but it really makes a difference. How about the person standing behind the coffee? So you're going to Starbucks or even a mom and pop coffee shop. Make a difference and just find different ways to add smiles to others. How are you want to celebrate today?
Oh my gosh, I'm so with you 100%. First off, I'm like so happy go lucky. I'm from Maryland originally, and it's funny
Wow.
because Silver Spring represent. When I came out here years ago, I mean obviously just a couple of years ago because it was for college. Just joking, I'm a little older than that. But I went to the deli counter and I was just like, "Hi, I'd like a half a pound of ham," and like, just bubbly and smiley. And the guy was like, "You're not from here." And I was like, "Why?" Yeah, I'm like, "Why? What the heck?" And he's just like, "You're too happy." And that always kind of struck a chord with me, because I'm like, well, why can't I'm just smiling. You know what I mean? So I've kind of made it my mission, like you, to make sure I don't necessarily go out of my way, but I just keep it present in my mind to say hello to somebody, smile at somebody. It's like takes no effort. And you don't even realize, like, sometimes that can change someone's life. Like, I've had people come up to me who've been having a bad day, and I just smiled at them, and they're like, "Man, I just needed that smile, so thank you."
Yeah. So one of the things I talk about in my book is I like to text at least 5 to 10 people a day. No sales pitch, because I actually have a gratitude business where I send cards and gifts. For coming on the podcast today, you'll get a beautiful gift in the mail. And then, of course,
Woohoo!
my travel agency. So it's not about that. And so what I start doing is I start collecting business birthdays. For example, just about a few weeks ago was my surf instructor's business birthday. So every year for the last 8 years, I sent him a different gift. So just
Oh,
making a
I
difference,
I want to
thinking
learn how to
outside
surf,
the box.
Cindy.
What's
Cindy,
that?
I want to learn how to surf, so I'm about to really start stalking you.
That's okay. I'll do a big shout out, Rocky McKinnon with McKinnon Surf and Sup Lessons. So you can definitely come out here to Huntington Beach, and we will take care of that. But it's just so important to live that way. So I was on one of my mentors' Zooms a few weeks ago. It's called Networking Riches. And he actually wrote the foreword in my book. His name is Casey Everhart. Absolutely amazing. So, and I've been doing this exercise for probably since the late 80s or 90s. But what he has people do in that event, he has us text as many people as we can, let's say for 5 minutes. So I texted over 34 people, nothing to do about business. Hi, this is Cindy. Aloha. How you doing? I want to let you know that you add so much value to my life. I hope you're having a great day. We'll see you later. Just very
Just short and sweet.
non-business like. Yes.
So
And I've got
nice.
several different responses. I want to say probably about 20 people got back to me from that. And some people said, I love you. Some people said, oh my God, I'm so glad you sent me that text. And one of my vendors in Miami, he had a situation where someone stole his car.
Oh,
And then a few days later, he actually got a mug from me because we do a lot of business together with, for myself, my travel agents, and my clients. And so I sent him and his business partner there at the hotel a mug. So now he's going
oh,
to, every time he has a cup of coffee or cocoa, he's going to, think of our agency. So just little
100%.
things like that. So if you put yourself out there, that's beyond the sale, because most people, that all they're thinking is about the sale. You meet somebody
Right.
on social media, LinkedIn or Facebook, and you don't know the person, they're not even your friend, and you'll get a dissertation. You'll get
Yeah.
an eight paragraph dissertation. And I like to
Right.
turn that into a relationship. So, well, let's get away from the sale right now and let's build the friendship. Very similar to
Yeah.
what you and I are doing. Yes.
Yeah. I think a lot of people forget that. I mean, at the end of the day, it shouldn't be about the sale. Like you said, it's about making those connections and trying to forge those friendships because to me, that really shows someone's true authenticity. Uh, you just don't want it to be all about you. That's not what it's
Mhm.
about.
And you know what is free? How you could help somebody? What's totally free?
What's that?
You could do a video testimonial or a written testimonial. That's
Boom.
helping another business owner or a podcaster. For instance, when people come on my podcast, I review them, we review them, back and forth. So that's super crucial
Yeah.
to do that. And it takes 3 to 4 minutes. And one thing I
Right.
want to tell everybody, because there's so many negative Nellies out there with everything that's going on these days.
Mm.
And if you are going to complain about something, let's say a restaurant, an embroidery company, whatever the case may be, don't do it. If you had a bad situation, maybe sidebar, tell some people about it if you want, but don't take your good energy and post a bad review. If I have a
Mhm.
bad restaurant situation, I just won't go back. But I'm not going
Mm.
to talk down to somebody. And you could work something out maybe with the owner. Maybe it was a bad day or something like that. But that's just my
Yeah.
personal opinion. How do you feel about bad reviews?
I mean, I'm gonna be honest. I am a reviewer because I'm
Mhm.
such a foodie that like I
Yes.
get kind of like shocked when service is poor because genuinely people are great at their jobs, but I'm not like, scathing, like don't go there. And like you said, I'm like a person who would go to the manager, like, I want to work it out. I want to go to a place that I like to eat, but I'm also not gonna sit there and be treated in a nasty or disrespectful way. But like maybe someone's having that bad day. I'm kind of an outgoing person, so sometimes I might say to that server, like, yo, you okay? Or, hey,
Mhm.
man, like, it's all good. Mistakes happen. Don't worry about it. Maybe try to
Yeah.
change, their day, try to turn that frown upside down, not to be corny. But I mean, I will leave an honest review, not going out of my way to leave a bad review. But like you said, if the manager comes over and they're like, sorry about that, I usually just leave it alone. It's like, okay, well, we're going to try again tomorrow.
Yeah, so one of the things I do and I talk about in the book is when I order, let's say through Grubhub, and I ordered through this Thai restaurant that we order pretty often. I want to say probably about 3 times a month we order Thai food.
Okay.
And so I ordered mine mild. Everyone else's in the house is mild, but the other people in the house, they actually like it a little bit more spicy. And they said their mild was great, but my tongue was on fire.
That's me.
So, and one of the things I do is after I dine at a Grubhub restaurant, I'll call and talk to the manager if I'm able to, if the manager is there. So I called and talked to the owner because I know the owners pretty well, and it's,
Mm.
everything was absolutely amazing as always. But what is your best tip so I don't have a burning tongue?
Right, right,
She
right.
said, well, you have to order mild without spice. But I'm going to continue to do business with them over and over and over again because we built a friendship with the owners of that company. So when we got
Yeah.
into that restaurant and we sat down, we got to know them. And then other times we just do it, straight from our, living room. But that's
And
just
that
so important to do that. I even send cards to restaurants saying, hey, I had a great experience, that type of thing. So just step
yeah.
outside of the box.
I think that's kind of part of the joy too, knowing like you're patronizing a restaurant with people you actually like?
Definitely. Let's go through your YouTube and then we'll look at
Sure.
some stuff on National Day calendar and we'll close out.
For sure. I mean, like I was saying, I have my podcast that's basically about empowerment, helping people unstick their stuck and just shake their life up. In the past, I've had some fabulous guests. I've got to work with Dr. Tanya Cunningham. I'm seeing right there. 3 years ago, I lost my father, unfortunately, and I was having a hard
Oh,
time
so
with
sorry about
grief.
that.
Oh, yeah. Thank you very much. It was a very difficult time. So I was able to discuss with her just the process of grieving. And I've gotten really great feedback about that episode because it's a tough subject and you can get stuck in the grieving process. And she really just talks about ways of kind of like shaking things up and helping you through that hard time.
So
Um,
is that the good grief?
that's the good grief episode.
Oh, okay.
Um, I've had somatic teachers on. I just was season 2 premiering. I've met with a medium who's a psychic. It's actually going to
Wow.
be, yeah, it's coming up this Monday. I'm super excited. So
Cool.
that and human design. It's a little bit of woo woo and a whole lot of real hard facts. So I hope people come check it out because it's really fun.
Awesome. Well, we're going to close out just a few more things. So this is the National Day Calendar website. So if you go to nationaldaycalendar.com/store, and just to let you know, there's so many different calendars. There's tons and tons of calendars, but the legitimate calendar, if you want to find out when the real National Sons Day is, the real National Daughters Day, et cetera, you want to go to nationaldaycalendar.com. And this is actually a really great gift idea for entrepreneurs that or friends who like to have that whole celebrate every day attitude. So to California, actually, these calendars are around $22. So here to Orange County or LA, they're about $22. So it's a really good investment to just send a random gift to somebody in the mail. And
That's a great idea.
they have t-shirts and hats and all kinds of things. And we're actually celebrating National Bucket List Day in Las Vegas. And we're going to be celebrating all these different friends and restaurants. We're actually going to be going to a Moroccan restaurant, which when I
Ooh.
come on your podcast, I'll talk more about that.
Woohoo! So you guys have to tune into that because that's going to be a great one.
Definitely. So go ahead and shout out all your social links.
Thank you so much. Well, you can find me easily on YouTube and Facebook at Beverly Explains It All. And check me out on Instagram at Beverly_explains it all. I keep it pretty easy.
Awesome. So let's talk about a call to action. We're going to do shout outs and then we're going to close out with gratitude. What is your call to action for today?
Well, my call to action, I just ask everybody to jump on and subscribe to my YouTube and check out my IG. I'm going to go ahead and challenge everyone out there to give a smile to a stranger. And if you see anybody in uniform or with like a veteran with a hat, please thank them for their service, because my father was a retired brigadier general, and that's really important to me.
Wow. I actually have that at the end of my voicemail. That's really amazing.
I
Yeah.
love that.
And if you see somebody with Korean War, you say thank you for coming home. It's really important.
Oh, I love that. Yes. I mean,
Yes.
they
Okay.
fight for our freedom, right?
Shout out. So let's shout out to, so we have Mo, right, at the Facebook podcasters group. So make sure that you check that out. He's growing leaps and bounds, and
Thank you, Mo.
don't post any salesy things in there. Just sharing our podcast, sharing other podcasts, telling people different tips. In my book, I actually have all these different tips on podcasting. And one of the things we talk about is when someone comes on my podcast, you see how this just flowed right like through amazement. Some
Easy.
people will come on podcasts and they don't let the host talk. So a key to a good podcast is when the host asks a question, you pause, like how we did here, and then I ask the next question. But if you want your own podcast and blah, 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 yeah, but that's super crucial, guys. It's just like if you're sitting for a glass of wine or coffee. Yeah, you want to
Yeah.
do the banter back and forth.
Conversational, easy listening.
Exactly. And the last question, what will you do this week as a random act to somebody that you do not know to make a difference?
Ooh, to make a difference. You know what? I love that. There's so many things you can do too. I I buy flowers every Friday because at my grocery store it's like a $5 Friday. So you know
Oh,
what?
no way.
This Friday I'm gonna buy an extra $5 bouquet and I'm just gonna give it to a stranger. There's always Girl Scouts outside of that store, so I think I might give it to a Girl Scout or a Girl Scout's mom, because that's hard work.
We met for a reason. It's
Yes.
been a long time since I met somebody who's on the same page as far as gratitude.
Oh, I'm with
And
you.
yeah, one of those meetings that I was on, where we have to do all these different things, send somebody a text. One person didn't understand why we were doing that. That really wasn't in his realm. Like that people would be upset or something like that, and really they won't be.
No.
And that's actually going to change the trajectory of how you run your life by doing things like that without expecting something in return.
100%. And I thank you for bringing this to people's attention. You know what I mean? I think everyone should actually check out the bucket day calendar and see what's up there. And like, thank you for keeping this in my mind in the forefront, because I'm like, okay, now I said it out loud. I got to get that extra bouquet of flowers and do this, brighten
Mhm.
someone's day.
Yeah, and then I'll give you the link a little bit later, and you could go ahead and purchase your calendar. So we have the wall calendar, and I like this one as well. This is just the desktop calendar. So
Fantastic.
it's pretty cool. And you know what? It is great marketing ideas for your business. So a lot of people start a podcast or Facebook. They're like, oh, Cindy, I don't know what to post. I have no idea what to post. Think outside of the box with National Day Calendar, because that's actually what happened with me in my greeting card gift business. I send a birthday card and a half birthday card. So when was the last time you got a half birthday card? Probably when you're 12.
Oh my God, like
Yeah.
never.
And then I started reading all these national days, and I'm like, well, now I have a reason. Like National Ballpoint Pen Day, I actually have some ballpoint pens where you could just say celebrate every day or the person's name and number or whatever.
Oh, that's cute.
So before we head out, today is, let me see, March 3rd. So it is also Cold Cuts Day.
Ooh.
Read Across America. Of course, I Want You to Be Happy. Mulled Wine Day. National Anthem Day. Check this out. Do this in your community, girl. Soup It Forward Day.
Huh.
Global Day of Unplugging. So I've seen something that it was also the other day, that it was yesterday. So maybe they have, based on the year, it changes every year. So, but yeah, there you go. So
Nice.
that is it, guys. And I'm going to put you in the green room. Thank you so much. Hang tight.
Cool. Thanks, guys.
Thanks. Well, there you go, girls, guys. Make it happen. Live your life through your bucket list. Check out National Day Calendar. Also, go to the show notes and follow Beverly on all her socials. We'll see you here just on the other side. Go out and make a difference.